Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet typically, but today we are visiting BOCA, and it is a rough day. We've got 18+ mile-an-hour winds, 4 to 5 foot seas, especially offshore. Once you exit the mouth of BOCA, there are white caps and breakers everywhere, which means our captains are likely going to struggle, but that's not going to stop them from trying. Let's get this competition started. And this will bring us to the first round of our competition, where the boats are going to toss a Sea Hunt Gamefish 27 in the ring to try and see how it can fare and get our competition started. And here we go, round one, and this crew looks familiar. I'm pretty sure we've seen these guys come through BOCA before. In fact, I've actually seen this crew struggle coming out of BOCA once before. Let's see if they have those struggles today or they're able to successfully make it out. Right now they look okay. No! Man, they slammed down hard. Watch the tower shake on this one as they come down hard. The whole boat just gets jarred as they work their way through it. They lost their flag off the top as well. How hard they wind up taking the hit. The crew winds up backing off the throttles and now is completely second guessing whether this is the kind of day they want to be out in, and it does not take long at all. Captain gets out there, they pause and bob for a few minutes, and all of a sudden decide, yeah, this is not the day for us, and they start to make that U-turn and start heading back into BOCA Inlet. Now, this one really is a tough one to judge. That was a hard hit that they took. Now, of course, the boat's going to take the loss since they are pulling the U-turn and heading back in. But what did they do wrong here? You're going to hear me say something that you don't hear me say often, because typically I'm always yelling at the captains to go lean into those throttles a little bit to try and get the bow up. Unfortunately, I think this captain leaned a little too much into the throttles and they came out just a little bit too fast, which caused them to have that hard pound and that hard landing that we saw there, forcing the U-turn and unfortunately forcing the boats to take a loss here in the first round. And this is going to bring us to the second round of our competition, with BOCA up 1-0, but the boats are going to toss a pretty formidable competitor into the ring here in the second round, as they're going to toss a Costa Catamaran into the ring. These big power cats just seem to eat these inlets up, even on the roughest of days. Let's see if this catamaran proves that same theory here. They look pretty good as they're coming out, got the throttles opened up. These cats like to eat. You want to come out with a little bit of power behind them and let the boat do its thing, and this crew winds up looking pretty solid and winds up taking a win for the boats here in the second round. So that'll bring us here to a 1-1 tie at the end of the second round. In the third round, the boats are going to toss a yacht in the ring. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure what this yacht is. If you know, let me know in the comments. But here we go, our crew's trying to make their way out. They're coming out way too slow. This is probably not going to be good for this yacht crew as they try and work their way out of BOCA Inlet. They're going to hit some of the bigger rollers and breakers right here. Massive stuffing, and this crew gets absolutely demolished. We'll see right here, just a big breaker right in front of them, comes right over the top of the yacht with the big stuffing, and unfortunately for this crew, even though we don't know what the yacht is, I do know one thing for sure, they wind up taking a loss for the boats here in this round. So at the end of 3, we stand with BOCA up 2-1 over the boats, and here in the fourth round, the boats are going to toss a Sportfish into the ring to see if they could try and even this match back up. Again, another vessel, I'm not 100% sure what it is. One more time in the comments, crew, let us know what vessel this is. But here we go, the crew's working their way in and taking a nice approach, really just posted up on the back of a wave, just gonna slow roll it in and play as safe as they possibly can. Now, these big sport fishes are designed to handle these kind of conditions anyway, but our crew does it textbook, coming back into an inlet with a heavy following sea, and this crew's easily going to take a win for the boats here in the fourth round. And that's going to take us to the fifth and final round of our competition, and we are now tied at 2 apiece. And here in the fifth round, the boats are going to toss a pro in the ring to try and close it out and see if they can take the win in this episode by sending one of the Towboat US captains try and battle BOCA. These guys, they don't have a choice. It's always interesting when I see these rough days, I'm like, why is anybody going out? Well, our guy, he's working. He probably doesn't have an option. He's got to get out there and battle it. And right now, looks like a pro. He's got the right pace for his boat, taking it nice and easy, keeping the bow high so he doesn't stuff it, and really looks solid in some very trying conditions. He definitely knows the boat and the pace for his vessel. So our captain's working his way out. He's got a little bit of heavy rollers here at the end, but he's almost through. Takes a big shot from BOCA at the end. Man, this is a tough call. He didn't really stuff it. BOCA throws a haymaker at the end to try and knock him down, but he looks so good going through that I'm not sure which way to rate this. I think I'm gonna have to stick with my gut. If we actually go to the scorecard, I still think the captain would win and BOCA would take the loss here, so the captain and the boats take the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that features all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.